All right, the muscles in the supine position will be the anterior deltoid, the pectoralis major, pectoralis minor, serratus anterior, and coracobrachialis. When palpating, I am going to find the obvious bony landmark for the anterior deltoid will be the distal 1/3 of the clavicle. So I go to the acromion process, distal 1/3 of the clavicle, go just palpate just distal of that. The motion that we will be resisting is shoulder flexion. So don't let me move you, and pushing them down, relax. Don't let me move you, pushing them down, and then I am strumming the muscle. Don't let me move you, and relax. The next muscle will be the pectoralis major, clavicular head. So I'm going to palpate the clavicle and go to the proximal 2/3 of the clavicle. Palpate just inferior to that clavicle. And the motion I will be having her do is pull obliquely across to her opposite ear. That's the motion I'm going to resist. So I'm going to be pulling in this direction. Don't let me move you. Strum the muscle, relax. Don't let me move you. Strum the muscle and relax. Don't let me move you. Strum the muscle and relax. For the sternal head, the motion we're going to be performing is pure horizontal adduction. I will go from the clavicle to the sternal notch, halfway down the sternum, and come just lateral off of the sternum to where the muscle is, and say, don't let me move you. And then I can strum the sternal head. Don't let me move you. Don't let me move you. And relax. The next muscle we will be palpating is the pectoralis minor. Pectoralis minor, the motion we are going to be resisting is she's going to be making a fist and pushing it down, like an opposite of the shoulder shrug, scapular depression. The obvious bony landmark will be the coracoid process. So we go to find the coracoid process. We go from the acromion process, our obvious bony landmark, go diagonal about an inch, boom, and there is her coracoid process. I'm going to drop just diagonal off of that coracoid process and on to what I think is the muscle. Have her push down and relax, push down and relax, push down and relax, and I can palpate the pectoralis minor. Then I'm going to palpate the serratus anterior. The motion for the serratus anterior is going to be a protraction motion with a straight arm. She's going to be punching to the ceiling. And I am going to be palpating with my left hand on as many ribs as I can get, usually about 4, and somewhere between ribs 1 and 9. And I am going to have her, as long as your fingers are on the ribs on the lateral side, you should be on it. Push to the ceiling and relax. Push to the ceiling and relax. Push to the ceiling and relax. The next muscle we will be palpating will be the subscapularis. The motion we're going to resist with this is going to be internal rotation with the arm at 90 degrees of abduction. We want to pull the scapula and pull the arm so that we protract the scapula as much as possible, and so we can get to the anterior surface of that scapula. And we're trying to palpate the lateral border, and then we're going to be resisting internal rotation. So we're going to say, don't let me move you in this direction. So, don't let me move you. Relax. Don't let me move you. Relax. Don't let me move you. And relax. That is the subscapularis. The last one that we're going to be doing in the supine position is the coracobrachialis. This is one of the exceptions to the rule where we do not have an obvious bony landmark. We are going to be mid-shaft, just above the mid-shaft of the humerus, between the biceps and the triceps. And the motion we're going to be doing is with their arm externally rotated, they're going to be horizontally adducting. So with one arm, I'm going to be pulling this direction. The other arm, I'm going to be palpating. So here's my palpation hand. This is going to give resistance in this direction. All right, so no bony landmark, midway between the biceps and the triceps. Don't let me move you, and relax. It's important that they do not contract their biceps because you may get confused between the short head of the biceps. So make sure that this is the wet noodle test. Make sure it's nice and floppy. Don't let me move you. Relax. Don't let me move you. Relax.